What is up, YouTube? This is Teak11 coming at you from the video. And today I'm going to talk about Superman the Animated Series Season 1. Seldom does there come along an adaptation that just gets everything right. Now, I'm not talking about being a complete beat-for-beat recreation of the source material. I'm talking about something that captures the spirit of what it's adapting so well that it becomes the perfect representation for and arguably the definitive version of it. Superman, although he's my favorite superhero, has had a fairly mixed run when it comes to adaptations. Some have been great, some have been awful, most have been pretty dull. The animated series is the only adaptation of Superman that, in my opinion, just got everything right. It's fast-paced and action-packed, much more action than the old Christopher Reeve films, but not quite overblown like Man of Steel. It has the perfect amount of fighting in it. Some walls get knocked down, but it never feels like too much. The performances in this show are also spectacular. Clancy Brown is to Lex Luthor what Mark Hamill is to the Joker, with a very cold, calculated performance. He nails the character in a way no other actor, regardless of medium, has. And while I appreciate Christopher Reeve more and more the older I get, and I do like Henry Cavill, Tim Daly will always be my Superman. He's compassionate and loving, but he also feels human and relatable. He's strong, but not invulnerable. They actually powered him down. And some complain that Superman is nerfed in the show. I disagree completely. I think they gave him the perfect amount of power. And I love that he's actually vulnerable in the show. And Superman already has one of the most underappreciated rogues galleries. I mean, honestly, he does not get enough credit. His villains are great, and this show's villains are incredible. I've already touched upon Lex Luthor, but Brainiac, as played by Corey Burton, is fantastic. He's easily the best version of the character, in my opinion. And Malcolm McDowell is a badass as Metallo. He's a total show stealer, and I fucking loved his performance. And Parasite is one of my childhood favorites from the show. I actually find it quite funny how down to earth his personality is. He almost just seems he's just an average guy that became a supervillain out of nowhere. I love that. And his power's pretty cool as well. There's a lot you can do with it, and they take full advantage of it here. Calling this version of Toyman the best Toyman actually seems kind of insulting. The character of Toyman is such a throwaway villain in the comics, and they turn him into something genuinely memorable and unsettling. His character is actually pretty disturbing, and his episode is one of the highlights of this show. He uses toys as weapons too, and I'm going to be honest, I think that's kind of a cool gimmick. And of course, the criminally underrated Livewire. Seriously, how did she not get more popular? She oozes personality. I love this character so much. She's always been one of my favorite villains on the show. Her episode is another one of the highlights in season 1. One of the most fun, entertaining episodes of the whole show, in my opinion. Other highlights include The Way of All Flesh, Feeding Time, and the 3-part first episode, The Last Son of Krypton. However, as much as I love this show, there are a few flaws, though most of them are just kind of minor nitpicks. Some of the animation is pretty dated. Clearly it's better than a lot of stuff out there, but it's clearly aging. And not all the episodes are top notch. My Girl is just a bore, as is the Prometheon. Those are easily the biggest blunders of this season. Maybe the whole show. I hate both those episodes, I'm going to be honest. And while I do enjoy the Monster of the Week format, some may not enjoy just how episodic the show is. All in all, though, I do love this show, and Season 1 is a damn good start to what may be my favorite series of all time. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. This is T.1 signing out.